connected now? Are we good? Are we good? Is everything fine? Can I continue now? You know, the day that I would have something important, my fucking internet would be dog shit, right? Anyway, hi. Hi, everybody. If we're good, let me know in the chat, and then I'll continue. Hello! Welcome! Just trying to make sure that I have successfully reconnected and everything sounds good. Once we've confirmed that, we're gonna start the slideshow. And basically, I'm gonna run through the slideshow real quick, and then I'll answer questions or interact with chat, whatever, you know, however you guys are feeling, by the end of it. But it's very important that my internet is stable and I am connected, which it does seem like I am. It does seem like we're good. I do think we're alright. Anyway, how do you like the new loading screen? One day it'll be animated, maybe. I just don't know how to animate, so yeah, I made this myself. Alrighty. I think we're good if I can see chat moving. Alright, so we're gonna start. Hi! We will take a look at a model in the middle of the slideshow, but for the moment, welcome to your the God of the Trash, your new trashy overlord slideshow. Let's go! We're ready! Let me go back into this. So hi, I am known as Muna and many other things, but my name is Sho Munakata. But people sometimes call me Muna or Trashy or Munana or Munya if you know, you're a cat like that. Instead of offering you my birthday, I'll let you know that I was born under the star sign of Virgo, and the only language I know is English. I messed that up immediately. If you couldn't tell, my favorite color is purple. I made a lot of things because I'm an artist. Yes. I made the side banner and a lot of the PNGs that you'll be seeing, and later on, probably more stuff as we go along. Quick rundown of my likes and dislikes. I like art. That was the whole spiel about me making all this art. It's because I like it. I do it a lot. I'm also a writer. We don't talk about that. Thank you for following. Hello. Thank you. I haven't really super talked about it on stream lately, but I do have my own fantasy world, like science fantasy story that I one day would like to go into more detail about. And maybe you'll see it on stream one day, we'll see. I like ball jointed dolls, and I have hello Raven. Anyway, I'm breaking my rule already. Anyway, I have a collection of ball jointed dolls, which if you don't know, are artistically created dolls by various artists. It originally, from what I understand, came to what is known today as in Japan, thanks to a very you know, old company at this point, I guess, called Volks. Not like the car, but kind of spelled like the car, you know? Another thing I like are dad jokes and puns, which, if you can't tell, my sense of humor by this point, because I've been streaming for about a year or so, that's my sense of humor. Also pretty obvious, pretty nail on the head. Anime, manga, gaming, and animals. My best friend is a dog. My dog. And I do frequently have random animal facts that I spit out of people. I'm very much an animal lover. Funny things I don't like: loud noises. People who say that cats are evil. If you say a cat is evil, you just don't know the cat, or that cat is an asshole. It's not every cat, I promise. I also hate sweating and the heat. So in summer, all you're gonna hear me do is complain about motherfucking how hot it is. Promise. This is a promise. I wanted to try and give you guys like tags and things, but let's face it. If it's not a pun that I can make in 2 seconds, I don't fucking know what to call it. So right now, this is all we got. I've decided my Oshi mark is the person throwing trash in the trash can for some pretty obvious reasons. Your name, as my fans, will be Trashlings now and forever. Welcome to the trash pile. And I made that tag for fan art because it's the only thing that I could think of that does not have anything on it on Twitter, so we're safe. Trust me, trash art was quite a ride going down that hashtag. And now we're gonna take a look at the model. I know I'm running down through this like super fast, but Trashling, let's go. Let's take out. Ooh, let's take this out. As you can see, the model was made by Nekonime, I think is the way to say it. That is their Twitter handle, also their Etsy handle, which is where I found the listing. They also created these cute little emotes, which I currently can't put on Twitch because I'm not Twitch affiliate, but we'll get there one day. First, oh, sorry. Let me get rid of this real quick. There we go. That's just built in from VTube Studio. But I'm so fancy. Look at me. I'm so cyberpunk. I'm so happy. Literally, I handed I handed Nekonime like a shit ton of, like, not a shit ton, but like at least one reference for each thing. And I was like, do your magic. This is what I want. And so we got that cyberpunk, the cyberpunk flair of, you know, the trash deity from outer space. Let's look at the shoes. Let's look at the shoes. Look at them. They have belts. Why do they have belts? Yeah, butterflies are the best. Why do they have belts? I don't know. But they're cool. They have belts. More useless belts. I was so, I'm so video game about this, the belts everywhere, because they have no purpose, but there they are. And they're fantastic. I got my fancy glove with the ring and no glove over here, and the crop top with the not straight zipper that I am in love with. And then of course my super cool cyberpunk goggles and the butterfly. Hold on. Look at these. Look at these guys. Look at them. I'm really close to you now. But look at these goggles. I'm so, like, I handed this person like one reference of each thing and they just like took off with it. Like, I'm so happy with the detail and everything from what I you know, because I didn't have very much of an idea other than I found these references and I was like, I like these, you know, can you do these? And they were like, yeah, sure. Thank you. We also have some toggles. Hold on. Let me do glasses first. Nope, that's the butterfly. Well, butterfly is toggleable. Is this the glasses? That's the glasses. As you can see, my eyes are mostly purple, but they have the blue ring. So, fancy. We have also angry eyes. Angry. Sad. Or sad, angry, smad. Or smad. And then... Wait. Oh my god. Oh no, okay, so... I knew this was gonna be a problem. Because me fooling with these, I made a mistake. I always make a mistake when I use these, but... The sad. And then we have the blush. Very, very, very embarrassed. Very ooh-woo. You know? Just kind of shy little guy like that. Put my glasses back on. But yeah. Oh, wait. There we go. One day I'll figure out, you know, which key is which off the top of my head. But yeah, I also have toggleables. This is so cool. This is so amazing. And I can't thank the artist enough for being so prompt with communication and taking what little I gave them and just taking off with it. Like, I had seen, you know, the art that they had posted as like examples, and it was like, damn, I like that style, and they know how to cyberpunk. This is gonna be the person. Yeah, we have elf ears, and they wiggle. I'm having so much fun with this, and I have been. I've used this to record a couple videos that will show up after Christmas of Genshin's storyline. And even then, you can see me mess up on the toggles like a smart person. I am the smartest individual. Do not question. And then, of course, oh god, I gotta move myself out of the way again. Ah! Where am I going? I think I definitely messed up the order of things, but that's okay. I'm gonna give you some of my top like games and anime / shows and books and manga, because I figured what better way to get to know all my funny little obsessions than for me to list some of them for you in detail. For games, I think it's a no-brainer for some of you that Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite game ever, as well as Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I've played those games to death, and I intend to play them again. I'll play them until I vanish, essentially. They're some of the games that shaped my my like writing and my love for writing and art. So yeah, you know, it's something that I will always keep near and dear to my heart. And so I think if you haven't played either of these games, you should definitely play these games, because I said so, and I love them. I love the Devil May Cry series as a whole, but Devil May Cry 3, I think, holds a very special place in my heart, because young Dante is hilarious. Also, when I was first started playing Devil May Cry, I played 1, 2, and 3. And 3 is the only one that I super have a very clear memory of, and it's the only one I've revisited. Excuse me, I burped. So, Devil May Cry 3 is my recommendation from the Devil May Cry series, if you want to ever, play it. I think it's also technically the earliest in the timeline, so it's probably a good place to start anyway. A game that I've played on stream, probably almost a year ago at this point, I don't remember when, but Ender Lilies, The Quietus of the Nights, is such a beautiful fucking gorgeous game. Even though it's a roguelike, Metroidvania, frustrating as hell. I spent 4 hours fighting one boss, multiple times. I've spent multiple hours trying to beat a boss. I think that the story and the art and the music are so beautiful that I think that you're well within your right to give yourself a little bit of pain to enjoy as much beauty and great story that Ender Lilies has in store. I basically 100% of that game. The only thing I haven't done is the challenge stages that unlocked after you finish it. So it's definitely a million thumbs up recommend from me game. And if you haven't been watching, well, shame on you, but Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail are also pretty high up on my faves, which is why they're in the top 7. I didn't actually do the top faves in any particular order after Final Fantasy and Star Ocean, so these are just 7 games I would recommend you play. Genshin Impact really speaks to the medieval fantasy, you know, part of me, the fantasy video game RPG part of me that, you know, is that kind of nerd. And Honkai Star Rail speaks to the sci-fi nerd in me, which, if you can't tell, science, you know, sci-fi, probably more science fantasy, but sci-fi is one of my favorite genres. So why wouldn't I enjoy it? Why wouldn't I recommend it? It also has a really good story, which one of the things that, if you know anything about me, story is very important in video games and any media that I consume. If it's not a good story, if the characters are shit, I'm not gonna enjoy it. And another game that I feel like is pretty niche, but is one of the more like formative games in terms of me and my writing, is Shadow Hearts. I played Shadow Hearts 1 and 2. I did not finish the second one, unfortunately, but I did finish the first one. They are PS2 era games, so they're kind of old at this point. I never played Shadow Hearts 3, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna pretend it doesn't exist. And the reason is because it completely breaks the moody, dark fantasy atmosphere that the first two games have. And even furthers itself from Koudelka, which is actually the first game in the series that had such a big horror, has so much horror themes to it. It was incredibly gritty and dark. I own Koudelka. Koudelka is a PS1 game. I have not gotten very far in it, unfortunately. But the Shadow Hearts series, at least the first three games, if you include Koudelka, are ones that I would recommend you play if you like dark fantasy. Especially the first game, there was a lot of undead creatures and things like that were in the game. You know, the art was beautiful. I love the main character. It's one of those games that, like, I think people overlooked because of when it was released, especially like even now, and also like it's such a rare game to find that it's hard to actually get your hands on it. I don't think they've ever like re-released it on Steam or anything. But I 100% say if you can get your little grubby hands on Shadow Hearts, you should play it. It's one of my favorite games. You should play it. And you should also tell me how much you love it. If you don't love it, that's cool. As long as you don't say something awful about it, and you just tell me your opinion without being like, man, that's dog shit, and that's all you say. Like, give me a constructed, like well thought out reason why you don't like it. Then sure, I will listen to what you have to say. That's how it is. Some animes and shows that I really like, which I consider my top 7. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, the first one is the one that I would say, if you have not seen this, and you have seen me play Touken Ranbu Warriors, I think you should go watch it, because it's another Touken Ranbu thing. Touken Ranbu Gatsugeki. I don't know if it's still on Hulu, but it was. And Katsugeki is my favorite because Hanamaru and all those guys are like slice of life, but Katsugeki was very action focused, and so I think it appeals to a broader audience of, you know, the shonen lovers and not just, you know, people who know about the gacha game and are like, man, look at those pretty boys, I want them boys. Not to say Hanamaru or any of the preceding ones are bad, it's just that I think Katsugeki was better because, I don't know, it was more gripping for me than a slice of life anime, which, oh my god, thank you for the follow. Oh my god, thank you. Sorry, I'm being silly, but yes, thank you for the follow. And that's why I say watch Touken Ranbu Katsugeki. Anyway, the next one is Golden Kamui. Golden Kamui, I think, is the perfect like combination of hilarious and good storytelling. I did when it first got on Definite hiatus is when I stopped watching, so I don't know if there's anything new out. But I think there was like 3 or 4 seasons at the time. I could be wrong, it's been a while. But there's also a manga version of it, which I saw today and I did not buy because I bought Dorohedoro. But at my local bookstore. But Golden Kamui, if you like nonsense, absolute nonsense, and like historical fiction retelling of what happened in Japan, and I forgot what the time span is in, but it's such a good story, and it's such a good series that I would 100% recommend it. My friend Nicole actually was like, "Hey, you want to watch this?" And I fell in love with it. So on my recommendation, Golden Kamuy is definitely worth your time. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this Dorohedoro right here. I was bored one day, and I decided to watch Dorohedoro on Netflix. One episode became the entire first season in a single day. That's how much I love Dorohedoro. I had seen Dorohedoro art on Tumblr, and I was like, damn, what is this about? And then one day I was just bored as fuck, and I saw it on Netflix, and I'm like, maybe it's time to watch Dorohedoro. I love Dorohedoro. I one day, like, I would say I one day will revisit it, but that's the reason why I'm slowly collecting the manga now, because I want to see the rest of the story. I cannot tell you how fascinating Lizard Head Man is in the story of, like, this world of magic. It's really captivating. Like, I didn't know what to expect going into it. I literally had only seen some of the later chapters, actually, so I got spoilers, but without the context, it didn't make any sense. I'll be honest with you, it still doesn't make any sense, the spoilers that I saw. So one day I will get to that point in the manga, but so far, I watched Dorohedoro probably over a year ago at this point, and I still stand by the fact that it should be watched, and you know, people should enjoy it. It's a good mixture of, like, a darker, more mature fantasy setting that is slightly modern. I think it's almost like modern time technology. Like I said, it's been a while, but look, I got volume 2 now. Finally, after all this time, I got volume 2 and I can keep reading. Our next stop is Thunderbolt Fantasy. Thunderbolt Fantasy is not an anime, which is why this is anime/shows. The characters are voiced by anime voice actors in Japan, but Thunderbolt Fantasy is a puppet show. It's literally a puppet show. And I believe that the original studio is Thai. It's a Taiwanese studio, but basically they're wood puppets that look like ball joint dolls. And it's a big fantasy adventure, and there's a lot of magic and a lot of, you know, sword fights. And I love the puppets. I love the design. There's a lot of good music. The voice actors, amazing. I don't know how to describe it without spoiling it, other than exasperated guy with a sword wanders the wilds, the not so wilds of this mythical country, and ends up getting into a lot of trouble because people want the weapon that he is carrying. That's as much as I can tell you without ruining it, but I definitely think if you're into that, like, magical action, I think it's worth watching. Especially because all of it's done with puppets. Sorry. There's very little special effects not done practically because it is a puppet show. So it is something that I personally love on a technical level, on a storytelling level, on a sound, like the sound direction level, like the voice direction level. Like, Thunderbolt Fantasy, I don't talk about it much because nobody asks about it, but you should watch it. You should enjoy yourself some puppet men doing sick flips and sword fights. Trust, it's a good time. Another one that's not exactly an anime, but it is an animated series, Castlevania. I watched up to season 3, and all I can really say is that the assessment that it is like a D&D campaign gone wrong in the way that it's written is pretty on point. Like, pretty hits it dead on the center of the, you know, dead center. Like, I can't imagine half the shit that they say being said in that actual setting, so it sounds like people playing D&D and pretending they're medieval. You know? But I got into Castlevania because of the games. Specifically Curse of Darkness, which is the one with Hector and Isaac. So when Hector and Isaac being part of the Castlevania series, guess who was really surprised? They don't look like anything like their game counterparts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know the Castlevania animated series, I think you should look at the Curse of Darkness from the PS2/Xbox original. Because I think you'll have a field day with that Isaac change. Hector's pretty close. Like, physically, Hector's pretty close. Isaac is the one who looks like a completely different character. I really like New Isaac. I think New Isaac has some actual, character in the show versus the game. Like, if you know, you know, because Isaac in the show has a lot more motivation than, I feel like, than, like, Hector, Isaac in the game. That's just a personal thing, but I still enjoy both. Another one that I know that somebody in this chat is not gonna like me saying is one of my top 7 shows, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It gets me. When I tell you that I watched the entirety of part 1 to the end of part 5 before Stone Ocean released in 18 days, you must understand, JoJo took me and put me in a fucking chokehold. And I could not escape for 18 days. I watched the entire first 5 parts of JoJo in 18 days. It's something that I tell my friend who is the one who convinced me to watch JoJo. And, was like, you're insane. How did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. I just let the episodes play while I sit there. It's not delivery. It's the, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I think about this constantly when I go, who is actually my favorite character from JoJo? I think, unfortunately, it's Kakyoin. Rest in peace, Kakyoin. My guy got did dirty by Dio. Fucking Dio. I think my second favorite would probably be Bruno. From part 5. Bruno was also a really good character. Unfortunate as well. Yeah. The yeet into oblivion. And then of course, we have to make mention of K-Project as one of the best animes, or at least my most favorite animes ever. It's literally where I got my last name from. Because when blending in with human society, what are you gonna do besides steal some name that you've heard multiple times? K-Project had a really good, has a really good, like, story foundation. The world building's really cool. You know, I think a lot of at least the characters that I like, which a majority of the main characters, I guess, were well developed. There are a couple that I was like, you could be better. But I think that they have really good story and really good characters. And it's something that has a very near and dear to my heart. I have only seen season 1 and the movie. I've not seen season 2. But I don't know. It felt like season 2 just, I don't know. It wouldn't feel the same, so I never watched it. I really should, though. It was a friendship builder. It sure was. I eventually should go to season 2 and deal with my emotions about how season 1 ended, but it's been how many years and I still haven't done it. Anyway, let's real quick go over top books and manga. Uzumaki, because I couldn't decide between Uzumaki and Tomie. I'll be honest with you, I literally just read Tomie 3 days ago. Front to back, the entire like thick chunky book, you know, the collection of Tomie. But Uzumaki I think still is stronger for me in terms of the scares and the and the impression it left upon me. If you ever want an existential crisis about spirals, read Uzumaki. Let me take a sip. Uzumaki and like Junji Ito was my introduction to Junji Ito, right? And then years later, The Hole Was Made For Me was a meme. So I did not see Junji Ito from The Hole Was Made For Me. I saw Junji Ito because one day I was like, I used to see Uzumaki on the shelf all the time when I used to go to the bookstore, and I never read it because it's at mature. Let me take a look at it now that I'm mature, I said, as an 18-year-old. Uzumaki has effectively changed my brain in some way, where every time I see a snail, I'm like, ugh! Ugh. If you've never read a Junji Ito, honestly, I think Uzumaki might be a lot. You might want to try with something softer, like the collections of horror. Like he has a lot of collections of short stories. Uzumaki and Tomie and Gyo, which I didn't finish reading Gyo. I got partway through it. Are his big works that I'm aware of. I don't know if he's made anything else that's large and long that isn't based off a pre-existing novel, because I did read his version of Frankenstein, which basically follows the original Frankenstein, which I've read the original Frankenstein, by the way, like to a T. And No Longer Human is also based off a pre-existing book. I have not read that one because I heard of how emotionally draining it can be, but I've also heard that it's very good. So Uzumaki may be my recommendation for you when it comes to Junji Ito, but he has a ton of works that are brilliant, and I have read some of his short stories as well. And I like the Fragments of Horror book that's published by Viz, I think. I own that. I do recommend that because I like those little vignette stories that he does as well. And that was like the first one I picked up. I haven't read the others yet. I will one day. I keep looking at that Shiver and the other one. I can't remember what that is. There's actually a couple. But anyway, I'm getting distracted by Junji Ito. Junji Ito, my favorite. I did buy his artwork too. I bought his art book too. Very recently, like a week ago. So I've got Junji Ito on the brain right now, but he is a fantastic artist, and yes. Our first explicitly LGBT sandwich on this list, Modao Zushi. I think it's a Danmei. That's what it's called. I almost said the wrong thing. It's a Danmei. So it's a novel. It's a Chinese writer. The English title is The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, I believe. I have read the first volume. I need to get the rest of the volumes, but I've also watched The Untamed on Netflix, and I watched most of the, not all of the animation, like the animated series. I've watched a good portion of it though. If you want this crazy like romance story about, you know, some magic cultivators, I'd recommend it. Definitely, if the more explicit stuff is not for you, I would say watch The Untamed or the animated series. As far as I'm aware, those are censored as hell. So, and The Untamed was pretty censored. I watched it. Um, and you can still enjoy the demonic cultivation and the fight of, like, in the world of the cultivators without other things that you don't want to see. To Your Eternity is a manga series that I really enjoy. And it has an anime as well. I'm gonna tell you, it is very emotional. I got to the part in the anime, and I'm almost there in the manga, but it's to the part where one of the characters that you spend a lot of time with passes away, and it was such an emotional hit to me. I stopped watching. It's one of the first times that I got up from something, and I said, I need to take a break. Like, usually if something happens, I just keep going because I'm just, like, so interested in the story, and it's not, like, that emotionally hard-hitting. But somehow To Your Eternity hit me so hard, I had to take a break, and I never went back to it. To Your Eternity also is... It's like a super fantasy, like, setting and everything. Like, I guess close to medieval, but not quite. It's, like, a little bit more advanced than that. Was it, like, Baroque era or something? Baroque period or something like that? I don't actually remember. But, it does take place in that kind of setting. There's not a lot of, like, advanced technology, just pretty basic. But it is another one of those fantasy things that I'm like, I love fantasy. You should read it. And it was written so well that I had to take a break. So I think it's worth picking up if you're into something that's really well written and kind of hits you where it hurts. So I don't know the end of that story, but I think it's worth getting into. Zone 00. We will never know the ending of that series, but I will make you watch it or read it anyway, actually. Zone 00 was a modern, at the time, because it's early 2000s, a modern fantasy setting. It takes place, I think, in Japan or something that's Japan adjacent. It may not be the actual real world, I can't remember. But it was being translated by Tokyo Pop. And if you know what happened to Tokyo Pop, it doesn't exist anymore. A lot of the other titles that Tokyo Pop had under their label got picked up by other companies, but Zone 00 did not. So I will never know how that story ends. But it is illustrated by the illustrator of Trinity Blood. I think it's also written by them too. The artist of Trinity Blood, absolutely fantastic art style. Cannot express how much I love how detailed and everything is about it. But my favorite character was Ben 10. And if you've seen Ben 10, you'd understand. And if you have not seen Ben 10, maybe you should. It explains the whole femboy thing. I cracked myself up. And then we're gonna real quick go through these last three because I haven't read these in years. Godchild, it was Yuki Kaori. Super like dark fantasy. I think his name was Jezebel. Jezebel was my favorite character. The doctor. He was a doctor. It was a doctor. The pipeline of Godchild fave to Baiju from Genshin fave was pretty obvious at that point. Are You Alice came about in my I'm still obsessed with it, but my obsession with Alice in Wonderland based stories, and Are You Alice had a very interesting twist on Alice in Wonderland as a whole. And then there's Blank Slate, which is another very early 2000s. It's actually Shoujo Beat originally. I don't know if anybody has it now, but Shoujo Beat was the one who brought it over. It's a 2 manga series. I don't 100% remember everything that happened, but I remember the main character has amnesia. I was gonna say amnesiac. I think that's the correct term? ? And apparently was a trained assassin. Something wild like that. I don't know. I enjoy it, and I still think about the artwork to this day, so it's something that I say, you should go look at it. Let's finally move on to the next slide. Okay, real quick. You see the chat rules when you come in, but I figured it was worth putting on a slide. That my rules are pretty generic, but there are rules for chat. You can look at them, but I'm not gonna go into it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We might change, but it's some pretty basic rules. I'm a pretty chill lad, you know? I don't think I should micromanage and control every single thing that you do, but I do have my limits. It's something to remember. I think this is the last slide. Let's go. Yay! It's the last slide! Wow, we made it. I talked way too long on that other slide. Anyway. Now it is time. It is time to discuss. Ask your questions. Do a silly dance. I don't know, we made it, guys. We made it. I've been doing this for a year, and I finally have my own model now. Yippee! I wish I had a soundboard. I have like, front flip or back flip. How about, back flip? I can't do either, but I think a back flip you can get a little fancier with than a front flip. That's my opinion. That's my onions. Every time I turn my head, it thinks my mouth is opening. So I'm just... What? You're shaking your head. Is that what you mean? I'm really confused by this. Confusion real. Ah, I see. Yeah, no. Sorry. A backflip. I think you can do a little you can do fancier things with a backflip. Like I said, my opinion. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't even mean that it potentially is true. I don't know. I tried when I was a kid, we'd be trying to do cartwheels. I was the only kid who couldn't. Coordination 0. Coordination F failure over here. Are you biodegradable? I think partially. Like, I don't think the casing is, but like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, the material inside is biodegradable, but the outside's probably recyclable. We do have to save the environment. Save our planet. Save planet Earth. It's all we got. I mean, it's all you guys got. I'm from outer space. I'm drinking. I'm taking a big sip. 1-800 throat be dry. I'm actually like incredibly surprised nobody has ever questioned my username. It is an anime related username, but I made a whole lore based off of it, so it's got significance. One day we'll have a lore thing. One day we'll have a lore. Like either written or a video lore, but there's lore about being god of the trash. Yeah, you know, you gotta be trashy but also classy, so you gotta have lore to go with your trash. It's having so much trouble determining if my mouth is open or not. Like, this model in particular, right, has proved the fact that my lips are wide enough that the camera cannot tell if my mouth is open or not. I always make that joke. I'm like, looks like I have some luscious lips. because it can't tell if my mouth's open or closed. I think the answer is I do actually have luscious lips, and my joke is real. I got too real with it. I got too funky with it. Let's see. I can't even think at this point. It's something that I had considered. The thing is, I get really embarrassed really easily. Or I get really nervous really easily. Especially because of the fact that I'm like, when I'm singing to myself in my car, man, do I sound good. When I try to do it, I feel like I sound like dog shit, you know? Last time I did karaoke was like Mariana's birthday, like 3 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago. I really haven't done it since, like in any in-person setting or otherwise. It's something I'm considering. I just need more self-confidence. You know, have more confidence. Not enough confidence. Ugh. I guess like besides that, one of my big things that I want to do is that when I stop being, you know, so shy and demure or whatever that meme is, I would eventually like to do a cover song. That would be nice. Like I'd like to, you know, show how much of a nerd I am and cover some sort of song that's video game related. It almost 100% might be a Star Rail song. But we can't beat we can't beat this out of me of enjoying Hoyoverse games ever since Genshin. So, haha. Which, believe it or not, my username has nothing to do with Honkai Star Rail. It's actually an anime. It's like, I forgot when that came out, but it was an anime that I had watched back, I think, way back. It feels like way back, but maybe it was. It was Noragami. I don't know if you guys have seen Noragami, but the reason why I'm God of the Trash is because, you know that one scene where Yato throws himself in a trash can? Like he just steps into it. That's why I'm God of the Trash, because I saw that and I was like, damn, that's fucking hilarious. Now he really is the God of the Trash because he's a god in a trash can. And so God of the Trash has been my one of my usernames ever since. You know, I just like, I'll never forget it. It literally was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I almost choked on that. Oh. That hit the back of my throat the wrong way. Maybe one day I won't die. Trying to drink. But today is not that day. I can't tell you how often I make a fool out of myself doing the most mundane things. It's a condition of mine. It's the condition of the curse of minor inconveniences. Well, that's about it. I don't have anything else for you guys, but it's been fun. I did kind of get caught up in the middle there on my faves. But I did enjoy speaking with everybody. I did enjoy the interaction in the comments, in the chat. In the comments, it's chat. Oh my god. My brain's broken. I got so nervous and everything's fine. So, we yapping. And we keep yapping. But, yeah. Yay! My model, I'm so happy. I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. I keep like, my brain keeps tuning in to the music and being like, man, I've heard this a lot. This has been on loop this whole time I've been talking, hasn't it? It has. It's fun fact. I know you all can hear it, but fun fact. It's been on this whole time. And so I keep losing my train of thought. That's what. See, I lost my train of thought while talking about it. Because I heard the loop start up again. Yes. I'm glad that you think so, because I made all these graphics by myself, and I wasn't super sure. I was having fun with it. I really was, but I was like, it feels kind of lackluster compared to some people, compared to other people. Especially because, I don't know, I have big dreams. I'm a Virgo. Wait, I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. If you've never heard this before, you shall hear it now. Virgos are perfectionists, and nothing is ever good enough. This is why shit takes me so long. Because I'm like, if I do it, it's never good enough. You know? When other people do it, it's fantastic. I love it. Me? Stinky. I'm stinky. Everything's stinky when I do it. But we're going into this next year, and everything I do from now on, just doing my best and having fun with it, which is why I continue to stream the way I stream. And it's like, I don't know. I enjoy it, you know? I don't know if you guys enjoy it, but I definitely enjoy my shenanigans, my bad jokes, my playing games for hours and then being like, man, my ass hurts. So I'm just sitting for 10 hours playing one game. Oh my god, that 10-hour stream of Honkai Star Rail back at the end of Penacony, the second to last update, the one where they added Boot Hill and I played the whole thing and it took me 10 hours. My back hurt so bad. It hurt so bad, so did my butt. My butt was like, for fuck's sake, save me. Give me a cushion. Bitch the fuck. I don't know what you're making that face at. This is just straight facts. The straight facts is that, you know, that like, classic suburban mom live laugh love, but like trashier than that, not as suburban house mom, you know. that's how we live in here. That's how we live in this society, and by this society I mean this stream. I've done all my yapping today. I'm not sure what else to offer you. No. Penacony destroyed me emotionally, physically, physically, times 2. Thank you! Hello! Oh yeah, if you weren't here earlier, you missed the I did the scroll from the shoes to the torso Wait. There you go. Do the wiggle for you. I have a ridiculous amount of belts, and I'm so happy about it. Does it make sense? No. Do I like it anyway? Yes. we got that rigging. We got the rigging. We got the knees. Oh god. I'll send you the picture because I can. And you can take a look at it. Thank you. Yeah, we also have emotes. Once I hit Twitch affiliate, I can add emotes to chat, and then you can use my boba drinking emote or my in the trash can emote. Isn't that exciting? I'm so excited. Neko Anime literally killed it. Did such a good job. I cannot stress enough. I cannot stress enough how good of a job this person did. This artist did. Because they did the rigging and the artwork. With the limited references I threw at them, and I said, make this please. And I'm very happy, so. Sipping on that water. Boba time. It's like the other things I could say, I guess, is that I don't know when, but the goal is to eventually have a fan chat, like a fan Discord server. The problem is I don't know shit about running a big Discord server. I barely know what to do when it's just our friends. So yeah, thank you. So maybe one day, when I figure that stuff out, we'll have a larger server of random fans can join. We'll be an open link and stuff. And then we'll have more silly things, maybe, perhaps, question mark. That was one of the things that I was thinking about doing for today, but oh shit. Oh, there we go. But I didn't get around to it because I didn't really have super confidence. He doesn't understand either. He and I are both like really clueless about how to run a large server. But it'll be a work in progress. No, what? It's not like he's getting paid for it. He's helping out of the kindness of his heart. As is. Like, you can't just make your friends do things for you. Not like that, anyway. He's not. Alright. I don't know if you know about this, but I'm pretty much in charge. What are you talking about? It's always me. I'm always in charge. I'm always doing things. I make the art. I make the streams. I yell at you guys to make decisions. You guys don't make decisions. You got some nerve. Be acting like he's in charge. I know. Fucking old. Not even that old, but I'm old. I just dropped something on the floor. What did I just drop? Ugh, watercolor samples. That's what I dropped. Wow. I wasn't trying to be scary. I was trying to be angry. I'm not intimidating. Okay? We know this. At least when you get to know me, I'm not intimidating. Though I can't tell you how many people are incredibly intimidated by me on a constant basis. And I'm like, I'm just a nerd. I just do things here. Usually when people are scared by me, it's because they're weirded out. Because I talk to myself in public. Yeah. Because I'm like, at work, I'm all work. You know? Too late. You guys never pick anything on time for Saturday. So I'm always disappointed. I roll up. Hey, it's Saturday. What are we playing? Nobody fucking knows. Nobody in the trash gang knows because none of you make decisions. That's why it's the trash gang. Because the trash god is in charge. Can't leave any of you to make any decisions. Why are you coming in here just to be bullied? to try and bully other people into doing things, and then I remind you that I'm in charge. This is why you're the raccoon. You come in here all nonsensical, throwing things around. I don't know what else to say. Wow. I don't know what else to say about that. Maybe one day you guys will have made a decision before I show up and go, hey, what are we playing? And it's like day of the Trash Gang stream. You know? Usually you guys don't know. Yeah. You have a lot of things in common with the raccoon, so that's why you're the raccoon. Man. But yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is why we're friends, nerd. But I like on a more serious note, I really am hoping to reach 50 followers by the end of the year. I think we're pretty close to that. I know, but certain people don't want to play that game. You guys are never on the same page. I feel like you need to have a discussion. I feel like I need to be like, hey, guys, have a discussion about what we're playing. Please. Before it's too late. Before I'm crying. Lying on the floor crying. Fair enough. Honestly, like the sooner that you're ready, the less disappointed I am. In case you forgot, you know, I am a Virgo. I am a perfectionist. All right. I put the serious glasses back on. I am a perfectionist, you know. So I honestly think that with how many people started following me tonight, We're actually almost at 50. I'm like, because I checked the other day, I think I was at like 40 something. Let me look again. Oh wait, shit. I have to get out of this. Hold on. Let me switch. Ah, where am I? There we go. There I am. Let's see. Oh yeah, you missed it earlier. This is my new loading screen. I made it by myself. I drew the trash bag and everything. Let's see. We're at 47 followers. 40, so yeah, we're literally three away from goal here. Because goal for end of the year was 50. So we're almost there. Maybe we'll make it. Maybe we'll make it by the end of the year. Thank you. My original end of the year goal was 100, and then I looked at myself and I said, how realistic is that? You don't stream enough days of the week for that to be realistic, so. So we just settled on 50. So we're almost there, and I'm pretty happy about that. I'm very glad for the people who follow me when I'm streaming, when I'm not streaming. The people who followed me today, I'm super thankful that you guys showed up. I'm super thankful for the people who keep peeking in, and some of you, you know, some of you are chatting, some of you are not. And you know, I appreciate any little bit of time that you can take out of your day to pay attention to me for even a monochrome of a second, you know. Because I'm just a silly guy who wants to be a streamer for reals, you know. I mean, I technically am a streamer for reals because I've been streaming for a year, almost 2 years now. Imagine that. Our anniversary is in March. Can't believe that. It'll be 2 years. I think it's like March 23rd was the first day we started streaming 2 years ago. Can you believe that? We went from awkward Genshin time to me yapping for a full hour by myself. If not longer. Because when I was doing the art stream, I think I yapped for like 2 or 3 hours. I've come a long way. I feel like I've grown a lot as, I've grown less afraid as a streamer, as a person, to yap my head off. And definitely the stream has changed. Like, in terms of, like, I've been able to, like with the model, I've been able to actually invest in, like, something custom. And the other stuff I made myself to kind of fit the flavor. Fit the flavor of the channel, which is Space Trash God. Which, you know, my goal is to one day have the funds to, like, make an actual lore video. But I ran out of words all of a sudden. It's like right now, the lore is, I'm from outer space, and I'm hiding in a location with trash, underneath a trash can. Thank you. I think the only person you're gonna have to fight for that title is Travis. Wait, can I make the pay-per-view? Can I watch you two battle it out in the ring? We'll ask Caesar how to hold an official wrestling match, so the two of you can wrestle it out. Free entertainment for me. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for Travis to say something. Wareham. I know. I don't understand what he's ever done to you, but I know. Boy, do I know. You're just ready to fight in general. Yeah, it's because you're so short. Oh wait, I realized that chat box is disappeared. There you go. There's chat box. She don't got the height either. Called you short. Haha. Funny. When she realizes. Honestly, I think the two of them fighting is free entertainment. But I've been grooving. I'm grooving. We're still in open discussion / questions time, so if you have anything you want to ask, feel free. I'm here to answer questions. Oops, shit. I moved something. Don't worry about it, you can't see it anyway. It's like the little pop-up box. Or like the, yeah. Oh my god, ow, I burped. And it hurt because big burp, big gas bubble. Ugh, too much soda. Sipping on the soda. Da 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 da. I might, who would win? Well, considering I know you've lost a lot of muscle, it probably would be Travis at this point. It's like, I mean that too, because if you're doing it in a fighting game, Travis got you beat. I know he do, quite honestly, you're a fighting game noob, so you definitely would lose. I got distracted. You see how easy it is for me to get distracted? But you can take that battle royale to Smash Bros, I guess. Look at your shorts. What? That sentence barely made any sense. Also, can you believe that Christmas is in 6 days? What the hell is this? Let's be real. 90% of the time you text me and I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? I have to figure it out. Even when you're not sick, you don't make sense. Proofread your sentences. Anyway, back to my Christmas comment. Can you believe Christmas is in 6 days? Man. Like, what happened to this year? How did we get here? I feel like I woke up one day and it was the end of the year. I don't really know what happened in between. Maybe too much happened for me to remember what happened. It really did. I can't wait until you guys start seeing my recorded videos come up on YouTube. I guess I should plug the social medias since we're here. And I said that I think I'm done like 20 minutes ago because I have nothing else that's immediate that I need to talk about that I can think of. But if you guys don't already follow me on Twitter, X, /X or Blue Sky, I have changed my Twitter to God of the Trash VT, so you can follow me there. Because it originally was like God of the Trash and then like a bunch of random numbers and I couldn't keep track of it, so we've changed it to God of the Trash V2 because that was available. On Blue Sky, I am God of the Trash. On YouTube, I'm also God of the Trash. And guess what? On TikTok, I'm also God of the Trash. So if you want to follow me on any of those social medias, please do. And then you can see my funny little uploads that happen every once in a blue moon because I keep forgetting I need to make clips. And then you can also see me make funny tweets / whatever they call it on Blue Sky posts, where I say random things. Like the other night when I was like, that new girl from Honkai Star Rail, the purple girl, she might be a fave because she's purple. It also has a butterfly motif and also edgy. Or you can see me post about when I'm streaming, so that way you don't miss a stream because notifications might not work on one of the social medias. So, or on one of the Twitch. God damn it. And then instead you'll see me post, okay? That's the whole point. It's the whole point of that sentence that didn't come out quite right, but if you follow me on Twitch or Blue Sky, I do try and be like post my going live when I go live, so people can keep up with it. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, because it's been a bit. My throat is very dry, and then we're probably gonna end it. For now, obviously, I will be back. But yeah, thank you guys for coming and seeing the debut of my new model and listening to me ramble about my favorite games and anime and books and shows and manga for like the last hour. I wanted to do a little bit more of a proper introduction for people who don't know what my favorite things are, because when I started streaming I just appeared out of nowhere and I was like, hey guys, I'm a trash can. And now we're like, hey, I'm out of the trash can now. You can see me in my full glory. And I've upgraded from pre-mades all the way to a custom, finally. Like I said, not that the pre-mades are bad, it's just that it didn't have the level of, like, there are customizable pre-mades, which I think are really good to start with. But, like, to make something that's more, like, to get something done that's more uniquely what I wanted, I was so happy that I was able to, get it commissioned, that, and see myself come from being a PNG I drew of a trash can with googly eyes and angry eyebrows to this moving and grooving and toggles and, this cute avatar that like I could have never imagined would be. It's been such a journey over the past like year and like what 10 months, I guess 9 or 10 months, because the anniversary is in March. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad that I'm actually growing. Like, people are actually watching my videos, and you guys stopped and said hi. You know, even if some of you people came because you're my friends, you know, it still means a lot to me. It means a lot that you support me and, you know, even care to stop by and see what's going on, even if you're not my friend. Like, even if you just come by, don't say shit and leave. Like, you checked out my video, and I'm really happy, like, that you've done that you've checked out the stream. Even if you've done it when I'm not streaming and you've, like, seen some of my, my VODs, that means a lot, you know? It means a lot that you've taken the time to check it out and see what I'm about, see what goofy goober shit I'm doing. You know? So as somebody who went to art school, you know, and had no self-confidence and just was doing things and still is doing things for the joy of it, I'm glad that me doing things for the joy of it has, you know, given people some entertainment and some joy, to the point where they will follow me, even if they don't interact other than taking a look at a video or two. I don't know, it's just, I just, you know, it makes me happy. Like, I'm so glad that... No, don't you dare cry. Don't you dare cry, because then we'll both be crying. You know what? And I can't accept that. I can't cry anymore. I cried over Sunday a couple days ago. I'm not doing that again. Crying... I mean, you should cry if you feel like it, but also, I don't like crying, because then my nose is running, and it's really gross. You really can see the OCD in me. Which, you can really see my OCD when I start talking about this stuff, and I'm like, oh god, no. That's so gross. But, it does mean a lot to me. Like, I don't think words can describe the amount of it means something to me that anybody would, you know, that anybody would, you know, stop by and actually be entertained by me babbling for an hour. Babbling for X amount of hours, playing a game with, like, even from my awkward beginnings of, like, not really wanting to do this, but not really knowing how to, you know, how to do it with confidence, and then now literally getting to this point where I'm like, I'm just gonna have fun with it. It takes a lot of growth, and I'm glad that I got to grow with, you know, with this time that I've had, and that people are starting to follow me as a result, and, you know, talk in my chats and talk with, you know, speak in my chats when I'm streaming and talk to me. It's just, it's a good feeling. It's warm and fuzzy, and, yeah. It makes me feel, this little alien feel human, you know? This little trash can. This guy who just showed up out of the trash can. It's like, hey, who is this guy? I'm like, I don't know. But you're the guy. I don't know who I am. I'm just here. I just showed up here one day. And it's like, it's also like, it's like developed from, I made a joke that I was gonna be a VTuber that was just a trash can with googly eyes, to like being a full-fledged VTuber with a real model and everything. I think as a joke, one day I still will do all the joke things that I joked about with the trash can, including putting the trash can in a bikini. Thanks. I'm just some guy in the trash can, though. But yeah, there was a joke. I did make a joke that summer trashy would be just the trash can, not even with a real bikini on. Just it would be spray painted on. You know. Because I thought that was funny. I also was like, one day I'll have a cooking stream and it'll be the trash can with like a chef hat and a handlebar mustache. And it'll be like, oh, let's make that pizza. I can't handle myself sometimes. But yeah, do expect do expect that I do want to keep doing more things and not like I know that streaming games is the most fun that I have so far, and it's kind of what I expect people mostly stop by to see is like, what are you doing? Like, what are you playing? But I do want to do other types of things as well, and as you can see with like the Genshin story stuff, I want to release stuff on YouTube that isn't a stream. So that's why I really suggest that like you go over and follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because like a lot of the Genshin story, while it's still unvoiced, is being recorded off stream and uploaded so that I can take my time with it and kind of like read it, at my own pace, because I do really struggle with the lines not being voiced. It's kind of hard to describe. April Fools will come. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That could be it. That's probably the move. That's probably the move there. Is to make it April Fools. But I was saying I struggle a lot with things being unvoiced because the way that I process things, and I learned this about myself back when I was 15 years old, right? And my astronomy teacher, because I'm a space nerd, obviously. I came from space, why wouldn't I be? But my astronomy teacher had this lesson where we were, as a class, discussing different styles of learning. And she's like, if you have a style of learning that's different than the way that I'm teaching, like, let me know. And we can talk about a way to help you so that you stay, you're able to follow along with class. Like, I don't often get teachers like that, which is why I remember this so vividly. And for me, I was like, no, the way that you're teaching pretty much is okay with me. And that's because I need, for me, it's like having it spoken to me, having it written, either by myself or somebody else. Usually myself makes it stick better, and then applying that knowledge is the way that I learn. So the way that I interpret information is that reading what's written while it's said to me sticks better, and it helps me process information, which is why it's unfortunate when something isn't voiced or isn't voiced in English, because it makes it a lot harder for me to process the information that I'm looking at, which is why it's so hard for me to read. It's not that I don't understand what I read, even though sometimes I mess up words and shit. We know how it is. But it makes it easier if it's got the layer, the different layers of affirming what the information is. And I don't get why I'm like that, but to be honest, that's why it's easier for me not to stream Genshin right now, but its majority of characters are unvoiced. Which they're a little bit better. I did in fact, sorry. I'm trying not to sneeze. I did in fact get through more portions of Natlan to see what the hubbub was about, the story, because I keep seeing spoilers and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense without context. And I recorded it, and a lot of the Natlan characters now are voiced. It's like Kanichi's still unvoiced. I haven't encountered anybody else who's unvoiced yet, but I know I'm coming up on the part when Chaska loses her voice actor, unless that's changed, which I don't think so. But at the point that I've stopped, Chaska is still voice acted. Or Chaska. So we'll see. But yeah, that's the issue with me right now with doing Genshin, is because I have to sit there and I need to think about it, and and it's kind of hard when it's not voiced for me to think about what's happening. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Reading things out loud actually has helped a lot with my processing, which is why, you know, doing the reading like of unvoiced games like Ender Lilies actually has helped me understand what's going on in Ender Lilies like a lot, because I've been reading it out loud and like talking about the, like, you know, reading the information verbally, reading the information in text, and then talking about it as I'm going, which has made it easier for me to keep track of, you know, that story and things like that. Which is why I think I'll be okay playing older games on stream rather than by myself, or unvoiced games on stream rather than by myself, because I don't read out loud when I'm playing by myself. You know, if it's not for a presentation, like if I'm not presenting it to you guys, like whether it be on the YouTube channel, you know, recording on the YouTube channel, or here on stream, then I, like, you know, I don't need to read it, or at least I don't think I need to read it. And so, sorry, my throat is extremely dry right now. Which is why I've been able to get through games. Like, I've been able to get through Ender Lilies and things on stream rather than by myself when I originally played it, because I now have people to talk about it with, or at least somebody to talk at it, you know, about, even if you don't interact while I'm playing. At the very least, that style of, like, you know, hearing or reading it and then talking about it has made it easier for me to process things, because it's not always a problem, but when it is a problem, it's a problem and I get frustrated. So I'm glad I've had that opportunity to use this also to enjoy more games and things like that, rather than be frustrated by it. Like, I think that I enjoy Homocypher so much more when I'm sitting here struggling and knowing somebody's watching me struggling and going like, the fuck this guy doing? While I'm like, is this the word? No. Is this the word? Wait, one of these words is wrong, you know, for like 2 or 3 hours. Now I'm burping because I drank too fast. But yeah, it's a good time. It's been a good almost 2 years, and it can only get better from here. That's it. I'm saying it right now. I'm knocking on wood. You hear me knocking on wood? You know, I will continue to enjoy this. I've only just started, you know. You're like, you've done it for almost 2 years. What do you mean you just started? 2 years is not a long time. It's long enough, but it's not, like, it's long enough for some things, but it's not super long. And I can say that because I've been working at my current job for 9 years, so you want to talk about a long time doing something? That's a long time. So, this is just the beginning, and we can only go forward from here. No looking back. Never surrender! I don't know if you know this about my personality, and I didn't really talk about it earlier, but as much as I feel like I'm realistic, I also think that it's better to think of things slightly optimistically. Because I feel like if you put forth something good or optimistic, then you're more likely to enjoy something if you look at it in such a light where it's like you're not like nothing bad could ever go wrong. Oh god, I've said the words. Hold on. Okay. Nothing bad could ever go wrong, but it's more like I'm going to enjoy doing this. It's not going to be easy. There are going to be hardships. There are going to be bad days. But looking forward with a positive mindset and a positive attitude, even with that pinch of realism or that pinch of like knowing that something could go wrong at any point, is better than being pessimistic. And that's my personal opinion. And it's not a personal opinion that I can say I've had for a long time. This is something that I just recently have adopted as part of my thinking, like over the last year or so. Because not that I'm unique in any aspect for this, but I've been depressed for so long. And there are a lot of days that are still very hard because I'm depressed. But thinking about things that I want to do in this sort of like, it might be a challenge, but I can do it and I will do it because I want to, has made things a lot more bearable. And I think that you should always be like prepared for the hardship, prepared for the struggle, because everything is full of its own challenges. Nothing is easy. But you can't give up if it gets hard. You can ask for help. You can put it down and come back to it later. You don't have to do it all at once if it's too frustrating. But always remember, if you want it, never give up on it. Because giving up is the only way that you lose. Giving up is the only way that you fail when you don't, because you don't do what you want to do. And, if you don't have the support system at the moment to do what you want to do, revisit it later when you do. Find people, find friends or family who support you in what you do. You're not in a bubble. Like, you don't exist separate from other people. Yeah, thank you. My little trashlings. My trashlings. They'll be there. And I'll be there. Metaphorically, maybe. I'm joking. I'm right here physically. But I do think that, like, it's become a healthier mindset, which is why I kind of am the way I am now. To think that, like, yeah, it might be hard and shit's gonna get tough and I'm not always gonna have the best time, but if it's something that I want to do, I should do it. And if I need to take a break, then I need to take a break. Because not everything is independent of each other. Like, people, like I guess the idea is that, like, not, like, there's always going to be something affecting you when you're human. You have too many emotions and your life is not, like, even though things seem like they're just separate in their own thing, they're really not. Everything is interconnected in one way or another. And you don't always have the best time with things that happen. And, like, that happen outside of what, work or relationships, friends or family or romantic, otherwise. But it does affect everything else. And it's taking that and acknowledging that will happen, but still not giving up on the things you want because that is happening. It's take a break, but never give up. We got real serious. We got real serious all of a sudden. I can't help it. This is what happens when you got the big brain. It's like, haha. Back to the haha. I'm a Virgo. I think too much. I'm an overthinker. Yeah, you gotta overthink, obsess, and OCD your way through life. If you don't, it's not good enough. It's kind of like, I think I said that earlier, where I was like, when I do something, I always think it's not good enough. When other people do things, I tell them how wonderful it is and how much I love it, because I do. You know? But people enjoy what I do regardless, so I really need to, you know, as somebody who's an artist, who's a writer, who likes to do these things, you know, you're always your worst enemy. Yeah. It's like that meme of the two those two astronauts. And there's also the "don't trust anyone, not even yourself" meme. Thank you. Don't trust anyone, not even yourself. When you have bad opinions about yourself, you know. I think we're done with serious talk time. I think I have brain. And this happens all the time, where I start a sentence because I have a thought, and then the words don't come out right, and then I'm like, never mind, I'm not saying it. I give up. My brain won't do it. I give up. Or it's like, I have a thought that's unrelated that comes out of nowhere, and I just want to say it out loud even though it doesn't make any sense. And then I'm like, I start to say it, and they're like, oh, wait, never mind, let me change that sentence real quick to actually relate to what we're doing instead. It's like, that happens so often. That happened last night, where I was having a conversation with somebody, and they said something and made me think of something else that was unrelated. I started to say it, and then I was like, actually, in the middle of speaking, I changed my sentence to be related to what we were talking about. This happens a lot. I can't help it. I have too many thoughts all the time. You know? When you have too many thoughts, too much cross-talking in your brain. It's all you, but there's a lot going on in there. That's why I'm up at like 2, 3 a.m. I'm losing my voice now. Oh my god. 2, 3 a.m. talking about original characters and being like, okay, I know this is not important, but hear me out. Half fucking asleep. Can't sleep because brain said, hey, what about this funny new thought? And then I'm up thinking about it, despite the fact that I'm like, I would like to sleep now. I keep saying that one day I'm gonna do a lore stream about my science fantasy OCs and that story. I mean, it's something I think about quite often. And like, even when I'm doing work stuff, sometimes even when I'm doing other stuff, actually almost always when I'm doing other stuff, especially when I'm in the shower. Shower thoughts. My shower thoughts are me coming up with a whole scene from my original story, guys. I can't take a shower without it. You're right. You're right. Just do it. That's what I said to you the other day about something else. I should just do it. For now, though, I think I might have to give my voice a rest in a little bit. My throat is like, God damn, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. Nothing that serious. Why are we stressing here? I really do think it was the slide of my top, my 14 plus 7. 21. My top, like, 21 favorite things, I say, because it was 7 games, 7 shows or animes, and 7 books / manga. where I told people why I liked each and everything instead of just being like, hey, these are the things that I like and speeding through it. Because I was like, this is the important slide to me emotionally. So we're going to talk about every single thing on this list. And I think that's why my throat and my voice are very angry at me right now. You know? You ever just be that... You ever just go from not talking at all to talking so much your body is like, can you shut up now? I'm done. I'm done listening to you. But no more talking. We're done. I haven't even done voices the whole time, just now. So it's not like I'm putting super strain on my vocal cords. I'm so confused as to why this is happening. What I need to do though is put things together in notes maybe. See, that's the problem, is that none of the thoughts are organized, they're everywhere. It's like if you ever saw the inside of my brain, you'd be like, how do you focus? And I'd be like, I don't. I pretend. I can't focus with shit, but if I don't pretend I can focus, then people will know. Yeah, people will know. The secret will be out. I don't know anything. I know everything that I know is scattered like leaves in the wind. Yeah. The one where like they're all running around with like in the file cabinet and things. Because that's what it feels like when somebody asks me a question, I know the answer, and I can't think of what the answer is. That scene where he's like, name, what is his name? Like, because they threw out his name because he cleared his mind of everything that wasn't fine dining. You know? Fine dining and breathing. But I do think I'm gonna have to give my voice a rest because my fucking... Ugh. You know? It hurts. Be like, don't talk to me for the next couple of hours. I need to be quiet. I can't speak any more words. Words hurt. Words hurt. And not in the regular way where it hurts my feelings. Like, it hurts my throat. I also wiggle a lot. I can't sit still. So I hope you guys get used to that too. I'm just gonna wiggle. I already do it all the time when I'm streaming. I'll be like reading something and just be like... It just happens. Can't help it. Or I'll do the back and forth rock, which, like, this model doesn't show it as much. Like the pre-mades that I was using get smaller or get larger based on how close I am to the to the webcam. I'm not that yapper. That's a different yapper. Okay? You've seen him. His name is Sunday. What would you do about this Charmony Dove? Alright? There, I said it. Almost at the 2-hour mark and you got your Charmony Dove reference. How do you feel? I didn't get a response. I guess I felt bad. Felt bad he had to wait so long for the Charmony Dove reference. And it was forced at that. Coerced. I had to be prompted to talk about this Charmony Dove. What would you do with that Charmony Dove? Would you lock it in a cage? Would you let it be free despite the fact that it could possibly die? Well, I'm entertaining myself making faces. Alright, I do think it's time for me to yap on out of here. Been flapping my gums too much. My throat be yelling. My vocal cords be yelling. We said it's time to stop, and I said sad face. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming by and dealing with my shenanigans, listening to me yap about things I like, and a little bit about myself. Oh my god, like I said, maybe one day we'll have an actual lore drop about the God of the Trash, the character that is, you know. But until then, I just appreciate you all being here and coming to see this reveal, because I'm so happy. I really could not contain myself when I saw the sketch, and I was like, oh my god, it's everything I could have asked for and more. And then the artist is like, do you want to be able to toggle things on and off? And I was like, please? You know, I didn't want to make them work too hard, you know? I know that's like bad, but it was like, I don't want to make you do more than you have to. You're already being so nice to me. But thank you, Artist Mama, for this model that I could not have asked for anything better. It's like, I'm almost like, I'm contemplating wondering if they would do other outfits later in the future for me, because I would like to ask nicely. And I'll obviously pay the money, like I did for this one. You know, pay the money to make me different outfits. It'd be nice, it'd be cool. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. For now, we are signing off on this new model debut / a slideshow intro to me. I've listened to this song enough for the last 2 hours, and I've talked enough to make my body scream. Thank you all for joining. I said that already, but I'm saying it again. I'm saying it a million times. I'll never thank you guys enough for stopping by. But we're coming to a close, so remember, we got the catchphrases. You know the catchphrase? I know the catchphrase. I say it every time I stream. Remember to keep it trashy and keep it classy, because if it's garbage, then it's just no good. And we are a trash can, not a trash can community, and we can and will stream something else eventually. I'm thinking about tomorrow, but not sure because of my throat. My throat already wants me dead. They're coming for my life. So we'll see. If my throat feels up to it, we'll do some Token Rambu probably, because I need to finish that game. I need to finish that game so bad so that I can move on to another game. And it's not because I hate Token Rambu Warriors. It's because I have a backlog. Like, I have a severe backlog of video games I need to get through. Anyway, thank you so much. You know, like I said, the holidays are coming up, so I hope you guys have a good holiday. If I don't see you again, or if you watch the VOD later, and, you know, VODs of things later, and we're only here for the stream this time. So, have a good holiday. And if I don't see you before the new year, have a good new year. I hope that you get lots of funny things that you can tell people about and enjoy. And if you don't, make it something you enjoy. Turn those random socks your grandmother gave you into mittens. How? No clue. But it'd be a fun story, wouldn't it? Anyway. That's it for me today, guys. I will catch you later. Bye-bye.